Okay, here we are finishing it off. I managed to squeeze victory from, I don't know, what does one squeeze victory from?
I,
Rocks or juice, or
I
is
don't
there
think
some
they
sort of
come. I don't think
cliche?
Victor comes out of juice. I don't think you can squeeze
Don't you?
juice, and I don't think rocks have anything inside of them. So
No, you squeeze
I think you,
rocks to get water. I'm certain of this.
I
This
think you
is a
squeeze
thing
rocks to
people
get
do.
blood.
No, water.
I need to flip my box.
Water's thicker than blood? Ah, so
The
quick, someone
metaphors.
get me a cliche. Where's my cliche book? Come to me now.
I
Introduce
can't. I don't know
yourself.
what's happening. So here's a holding. That stays. I mean, it's not a holding. You can GTFO, as the kids say.
Wow.
Okay,
No
so we have a
triple holding
decision
again.
point here. Do we want to go?
Yeah.
We can go Kabuni Port plus our thingamajig and get 6 gold.
It's like two games that you didn't get to do like three holdings on turn one.
Yeah. Well, that deck runs a lot of cards.
Wait, breaking news. With nanotechnology, I have now invented for you the world's smallest, galactically small violin.
Is that so?
It plays for you now, sir.
All right, I gotta pitch one of these cards. I'm looking at this 12 gold cost follower. I don't see myself attaching that too
It
soon.
feels a little bit. So the problem with 12 gold cost followers is that sometimes you draw them in your first six cards, and you look at them and you're like, wow, this probably doesn't fit.
Yeah, that costs 12 gold. I can't help but noticing.
This maybe doesn't. Okay, so I have eight, and I can go three. Dig out my legacy, get this, discard two cards to get the courtroom. Or do I want to just go like Guy and Gold here? I think that's the way to go. Yep. So we'll go Kawaka, which puts me to 22 honor. No, puts me to 8 honor. La la la. We're so good at this. And then buy my holdings here. Keep the Ivory Courtroom. And let's draw something awesome.
Come
Close.
on.
That's a.
Nice. Okay. Let's flip some cards and see what we get. We get stuff. I'm not going to be resolving this.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna not discard my holding. That would be an odd play. I will discard
Five,
Servitors
six,
of
seven,
Stone to
eight.
straighten my holding. I
Sure,
will
sure.
use it to buy my favorite. And then with my one floating gold, because I like to skin the whole buffalo, I will attach overwhelming power. I'm gonna make that phrase happen, man. It's gonna happen.
No, Buffalo. It's your fetch,
It's gonna
man.
happen.
You die on that hill.
It's gonna happen.
Okay, so we've got 8 gold stuff here. We got 10
A
gold
man's gotta have a
of
code.
gold. So we're looking
Blow that
at
new order.
Guy
Do it.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I
We're looking at
proclaimed already. I'm on my way.
second Forgotten Legacy plus Guy Gold. Um, Tossing a card here hurts a little bit, but not enough that I don't want to be gold efficient. We're gonna throw this Elite Spearman and go find a Forgotten Legacy. Hey, there it is. Flush both of these and pass as the turn. Those of you watching at home will say, Jesse, you forgot to use your Sheikah Sensei. That is correct. I did forget to use my Sheikah Sensei.
You also did not announce your zero gold cost invest. You're terrible at this game, man. I'm not letting you have the Conqueror trait. You gotta say it. You
You
gotta
gotta say it.
proclaim it.
You gotta say
I
it.
dare say you have to shout it. Shout it out loud.
From the rooftops, shout it out.
That's it. And exactly so. On the other hand, I'm over here and I'm going to try to jump. So there's a little bit of a question about whether or not we want to try to get in there because we have a whopping 2 goes to 4 force. That's pretty intimidating stuff, man. It's pretty spicy.
It's true.
So it's obviously me making a bit of a smarmy comment, but there's something to be said about putting the pressure on these Shika Sensei decks, um, because if you can steal that early province and he can't come back at you, it's one of the few way. It's these decks, barring straight meta, which I'm not above just jamming 3 past and futures or whatever that free void cycle card that buys the senses. Barring a straight meta like that, one of the ways to take out these Sheikah decks is to sort of exploit their low province strength. 6 is a very crunchable number, and it lets you assault them a little sooner, go for more of a blitz out strategy. And I mean, I got a guy on 2, I can conceivably get to the 4th. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think that's where I'm at. So I'm gonna throw down a final ruin.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a Jade Ascension on my guy. I will use Overwhelming Power as an open. This is to sort of protect me from some kind of super sneaky first action Unholy Strike. And I attack with my 4/4 Sky at a province.
Okay. After he attaches Jade Ascension, because he loves to fast
Uh-oh.
play, we
I
do
do
have
love
an
to fast play, it's true.
option.
I'm the Fast and the Furious, man. I'm in my See, this is a problem. I know a lot of sport cars. I know like Ford
Okay,
GTs and
slow
Honda
down.
Civic
Calm down,
RTs.
buddy. So he activates Overwhelming Power the first time. I think I don't know. I don't remember exactly what the order is, but the window here is like either if after he plays the Jade Ascension after he's activated the Overwhelming Power, we can victory through deference away the Jade Ascension ability.
Ooh.
And so
Okay.
now we put the impetus on him to have another force pump and not just to use that Overwhelming Power again.
Got it. So I put the Jade Ascension down. Yeah, we did fast play. So I put the Jade Ascension down. I used the overall power, and then you would do it before I throw down my final ruin. But I'd still attach my final ruin because I love it. It's the final ruin, you know.
I guess it is.
I don't think there's any super sneaky thing I can do here. No, so now it's just a drop on down. Good cards are good cards. What can you do? Okay, we can buy Coca Enomoto. No. So we'll go Yarya, who's naval, Enomoto, and Silvermind. All these things around. Still have the favor. Gaining one really important point of honor. And my excited fast play has been duly pooped in. You have successfully pooped in my cereal, sir. Good job.
You're welcome. So this is a pretty good dynasty flip. These range 3 attacks are really good against him. The
GOODJOB. Good job. Good job.
the problem here is that if I want to get in there, I've got to invest quite a lot of gold. Talking like 16, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, but the dojo goes to 3 after we attach the first one, so that's 16. So I can completely bow out to Kraken. That seems a little bit insane. My other option is to buy 2 of these Kaitos and Ivory Court runes. Oh, if I make the wrong decision here, this is at the end of the game when I'm going to be talking about, like, oh yeah, this is where I messed up. Here's the tiebreaker. If I could buy the 2 guys and a gold and draw a card, I'll do it. 6, 12, 14, 16. So I can't. I can get 2 guys, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I can get 2 guys and a card and no gold. I really want some gold.
I want it all.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, really agonizing here. It's like about being aggressive or not. I don't know if it's better for me to be defending or attacking in this match. Like I honestly have no idea. But I'm going to assume that
That's a pretty scintillating commentary to the pride. I don't know what I'm doing, everybody. Watch me. Look over here.
you're really something else this game, man. Speed playing through
I don't know.
stuff and then
You know what
bagging on
you
me.
know what it is? It's because I'm playing with house money. I won a game after a catastrophic punt, so it's just like, yeah. What's the
12,
worst I can do? I can lose, but at least I got in
6,
there a little
9,
bit. I did
13,
have an open there,
14,
Mr. Speed
15.
Player. Mr. Speed Player, sir.
15, so that's 6, 12, 13, 14. I can't afford the second one, so we flush, and we drop.
Oh, yeah, here's some cards.
And I have the favor.
You do. You can
What
copy
about
my
now?
favorite. Announce burning spirit targeting Tunberjarya. Wait
Yeah.
patiently. I have no interrupts.
All right. I'm gonna Imperial summons your Koka.
Attach final ruin to Yarya.
Pass.
This is a tough call because this card's really good, but it's not the Ring of the Void, which is like my favorite card ever. So I will discard it and blow this up to get Ring of Void, which I then promptly play. I love having one card in hand and then a remote temple because it pretty much just translates into get void now.
So you had to think about tossing the discipline card, did you?
I did. You know why? Because it's another use of Final Ruin, and I just love Final Ruin so much.
That's right.
And then, as if it was listening to me,
uh, okay.
so then we got some guys here. They're fours. They're kind of almost sort of safe. We could wait till a Ward of Air, and we could wait for a lot of other things, but we're not that patient, man.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for Jesse to say pass
I
because I don't want
passed.
to. I don't want to. I don't want to bet.
Holy smokes,
My 2
dude.
units attack your province here. This one, that one right there.
Dead.
Okay, I got a Burning Spirit. I don't have to Burning Spirit. I choose to Burning Spirit.
Your body, your rules.
And that's right. Here's 8. I no longer care about Remote Temple, so off you go. I'll keep Shugenja. He qualifies as a personality. He meets the requirement of being a human being.
That's the best we can say about him.
That's about all you got going on there.
Okay. So I think this time we have to load up and get in there. Let's see. 3, 6, 9. This still sort of breaks down the same way, and then we're getting picking up a counting house too. That's fine. So here's 9 gold. Attach a legion to
Uh-oh.
Shatsuo.
Give Bowed Isoakoka the water trait.
So I have 1 floating plus 7 attaches another legion of the Khan to Shatsuo.
Give 1 unbowed Isoakoka the fire trait.
I will pass.
Give other Isoakoka the earth trait. Aren't you glad you got to be a part of that?
All right, my one guy cracks in at your face up.
Just your one guy? You don't want to maybe
No,
attack 2 provinces?
what? I don't. I crack in
All
at
right,
your guy.
I passed. I got
Pass.
nothing.
Okay.
I'll
Buy
be
my
sitting.
card dry thing and drop. These are just both guys. I'm gonna hang on to them. Hey, go ahead.
Well, I'm a little down, but I got the Ring of the Void to cheer me up. That's a something. Okay, action to you, good sir.
Big old fat pass.
I will buy the courtroom to take the favor, so that I might debate using it with one of these 2 cards in my hand, but I don't think so. It seems unlikely.
Pass again.
So yeah, I'm really debating on a favor Stalko right here. I'm trying to figure out what card I would really like to see. What's a good answer to get through the. Let's see, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 range 3 attacks. That's quite a lot. Okay, well, we're gonna play our oath. Get 2 guys here. Get them slightly bigger, not quite safer.
Okay. I will pass.
Overwhelming power to up Isoa Kawako by 2 force.
Continue to pass.
Yeah, we're gonna. So Thunder Island's really good. It's another copy of Burning Spirit and Final Ruin, but the tempo hard hurts us a lot here, so we're gonna cycle it. We could use something like a Ward of Air, or that helps. Okay, lets us get in there with one more unit if we're so inclined.
Pass.
Might have to help. So I'm trying to construct an offense here that allows me to attack 2 provinces, but it's tough. One is pretty manageable. 2 is a bit circumspect. Now, keeping our box up means that if he does kill one of our aligned personalities, we can buy them back. So there's a certain free rolly nature. And if we go all in and he goes all in, I like our chances there to win an attrition war.
Final Ruin's the spell, man.
Yeah.
The premier spell.
Yeah. It's a good one. I don't know if it's good enough here. So So the reason it's difficult to split is he can put a Shiwatsu anywhere the non-naval guy is, and then he gets to go make a range 6 attack against any individual unit, and that hurts us. So then the next question is, how do I assign offensively without sort of overcommitting, trying to leave up a little bit of defense? Though he gets to do it navally either way. It is a bit of a sticky wicket, no doubt.
Fetch.
Okay, we're gonna assign the 3 units that have various things attached to the face-up 7 gold cost guy.
This is an easy no defense.
Okay. And so it goes. And so we went with overwhelming power, and it sort of went exactly how we thought it might. So 3, 7 dies this guy, puts me to 10, and the family library. We're still winning the sort of back and forth province tradiness, but we're in danger now. He's going to start to overwhelm us a bit.
Okay, we got lots of reflips this turn. I want to pay 8 gold to attach a pair of expert archers. I'm gonna put them.
Well, I get to put down a strength, Mr.
Sure.
Fast Play.
I'm putting
And
them
then you
both
put
on
down
one
the second
Kaitao. That's because when I ultimately defend with him, he'll go naval, Jaryu, shoot 1. Then I'll still have a range 6 on the board to shoot off one of his guys. I could split them. I guess I still have it the same. My logic stands either way, so never mind. I'll split those.
So, I put down my strength. I drew a card.
Yep.
It's back to you.
I'm gonna counting house to draw.
I strengthen my dude. So, the strength of the fifth wing with the Hachiman is really important. It's going to allow us to generate a lot of card draw value. We can almost match him now on sort of number of freight pull rips. I'm going to throw down a stones.
Okay.
Gets me to 7. Gives me another somewhat safe unit here.
So, what do I want to do next? We drew this card, which is good here. We just have to decide how we want to play it. I just want to target this because I overvalue it so much, but it's totally wrong. This card is actually what I'm looking at. I don't need to do anything with it right now. So we want to attack. We have to decide how to do it. We can just crack in with Shatsuo again. He can't really do anything. He can stand in the way with Taroko and like do absolutely nothing, which would be pretty terrible for him. And he doesn't have a lot of stuff from hand that he can play because that's not the kind of deck he's playing. I think that's a free roll. I'm gonna get in there with Shatsuo in the middle province, and both of these guys have to stay back because
So
of how I attach the followers.
he says that there's no meaningfully powerful thing my guy can do, but I'm of a slightly different opinion. I think the Fear 3 effect on a follower might actually have some value. Now, if he's got an Unholy Strike, it's complete blowout city because he just, super shoots me and I die and I get really sad.
So
But if he's a little
instead of
light
us
on naval action,
instead of me doing this thing where I like try to humiliate you, I'm gonna direct you to read Legion of the Khan again, and then think about the fear effect.
yeah, no, I know it's -2, but can I go like double up my usages? Oh, maybe not because it's a bow effect. I thought you could make like a Fear 6 with stones, but I guess it doesn't work.
No.
Bows. I had this idea that I could like remove my tokens. Nah, you're right. That's very sad.
So here I am.
Anyway, what I was gonna get to is that there's no way I'm gonna risk losing a guy or anything because he's got Strength of the Fifth Ring, and I value that card much too highly right here. So, no defense.
All right, pass. Now we need to get some hits. This is worth 4 gold. We'll start with the Bazaar, I think, because the guy doesn't actually do anything. We're just paying 3 to
Well, you're
refloat.
gonna presumably get all of them anyway, right?
Yeah.
So you got like one floating. Well, maybe
Yeah.
not. I don't know. Can you
7, 8,
get
9,
both?
10. We have 4, 5, 6, 7,
Or
8,
just
9,
enough?
10. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9. It's not enough. So we're just gonna get the Taito.
And then flip and hope for.
Yeah. So we're floating 9. Here's 7, and we're hoping for a 2 for 2, I
Guess you
guess.
hope to hit it. Yeah.
Well, that's like a 2 for 2, except not at all. So both of these can hit the bricks, and we'll drop down. Like 1, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we get. Hey, of all the guys to flip, I think he might be the one I like the most. So 10. So I want to void for a card. Let's get my card draws up here.
Yep.
And then strength of the fifth thing for a card, assuming you pass or whatever. And then straight my guy and Shrine of Hachiman.
Okay.
So 10. We got Family Library. Blow this up. Get this guy here. And now this is a really dangerous point. It's like you want to commit a lot of units. 3, 6, 10, 2, 6. Keep the Hachiman up. So I can just assign this guy straight and draw a card. Keep these little chumpies back. Try to save a province. Yeah, I might have blew my Hachiman too. Well, there's always next turn. I think I'm probably going to go with roughly the same attack I did last time. My 3 main units at 1 province. I need some attempt of a credible defense. And then these 2 cards are obviously both going to be important for defense. Shunryu has an ability. And Mahiko's, he's got value here. It stops the naval, so. Yep, I think the same 3, the Yarya, Inamoto, and Koaka, are all going to attack 1 province.
Okay. Now is not. It's now the time to defend. So the problem is that he goes naval, shoot, say this. Okay, so I have 2 range 6s. I can go kill one of his big guys. I kill the Kooka there. And then he goes Inamoto.
Yeah, I should Koka before I attack. It doesn't matter. You can still shoot it. I just
But
wasn't
it's just the right
taking my
thing to do.
pointless actions.
So say I
Yep.
use my Shatsuo range 6 to shoot Koka. Then he'll go Final Ruin to shoot off this Expert Archers. And now I can't really do anything. And we'll have used 1, 2 Final Ruins. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This might actually work depending on what's in his hand. Because he shoots these two. I remove this unit. Okay, what can he have? I don't think he plays like Turtle Shell or anything, so he can't totally stop me there. He might play the Yojimbo card, but he doesn't have a Yojimbo, so it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to think of cards that like could totally get me. So I kill this, and then he activates. So he activates Jaryu's Final Ruin and kills the thing. And then I shoot his Koka. And assuming that resolves, then he's got just Edamoto's Final Ruin. So he uses Edamoto's Final Ruin, he kills another one. And he has to kill an Expert Archers. He can't kill anything else, because if he kills anything else, I can make another range 6. And then after that exchange, his only action left on board is Sailor's Warning, and he'll have a total of 4, 5, 9, 10, 11 force to my 2, 4, 7, 10, 16. So what card does he run that can generate 5 force? Like some kind of send home ability? I don't even know how many red cards his deck plays. I defend with everybody.
No, okay. Let's kill some things. So I engage Burning Spirit.
Yep.
Any engages for you there?
Nope.
So naval, and we'll work it down. We're gonna Final Ruin a Legion of the Khan. Seems like a perfectly fine place to start.
Okay. So I'm going to go
Reduce the strength of the Conqueror unit.
range 6 against Koka.
Yep. Final Ruin Unbowed Expert Archers.
Your true nature to destroy Sailor's Warning.
Way of the Phoenix from the yard. On a Final Ruin of, I guess, Enamoto. Do I go for the guy or the follower on the guy? I think I'm going to go with Saruchi Tight. Well, yeah, let's hit the follower that's on the guy.
Okay. Yeah, so there it was. So I just lost the game. We could be done now.
You forgot about the way?
Forgot about the way.
Okay. I mean, you want to run back? You want to run back, no defense? I mean, that was an inboard thing that we just forgot about. Like, we can sort of play the game forward at a different way, sort of see how it finishes elsewise.
Yeah, we can do that. But so the game is lost. Let's just see what happens if we don't throw ourselves away there.
So, remember your opponent's discipline cards or lose to them. I feel like I've said this before. Don't forget to pick up your true name.
Yeah. And here.
And this is the thing. So, Jesse's being a bit mopey pants, and I know for viewers it might seem like a weird thing. This will never happen in a tournament. This isn't a tournament. This is us playing games of L5R, trying to learn about decks and learn about how to get better at it. And because time's a limited resource, you don't have to always just take your lumps and say, oh man, I lost, I made a mistake. It's okay to sort of go back and say, well, what happens if I don't make this crippling mistake? Is the game losing a mistake? Did I have, was that the spot where I had to defend otherwise? It's okay to explore these things. I don't know if I can get my...
Which is an interesting question. I don't know. It's like I was saying
So
before,
you're just letting
I
the
don't know if I'm
problem
supposed
go?
to be attacking or defending. I don't know if I'm supposed to be waiting to one province or picking a spot. These are the kind of reps that you need to do to get good at a deck. So yeah, it's no defense. You take a province.
2, 4, 6, 10. Buys this guy, proclaims the 13. And then I have to bow my Hachiman, which I knew might happen. Or no, this is actually unbowed, so I can keep my Hachiman straight. So there we go. And I draw 2 cards in my dynasty phase here. So one of the things that I like about this deck is that it's actually pretty good on its card draw. Between its remote temples to always get out Void and Shunryu and the strength, it does a pretty good job of keeping itself motivating. Enlistment is almost good, but kind of terrible.
I'm gonna Howdy House for a card. Action to you.
Okay, I'm gonna strength. Hooray! You inspired me to draw
That's right.
a
We're gonna
card.
box for a card.
You encouraged me so. Straight McGay. Okay, well I drew some good cards here.
Okay, so we're gonna put our enlistment out because why not?
I got an Earth Embrace. I'm a little light on the gold. I'm just gonna jam it on my free guy here. Makes him a target, but he's gonna start to get stretched on his ranged attacks anyway. So
Hmm.
I got one more open before we.
Yeah, 3, 6, 10. There's 12 gold for my egregiously expensive card here. We'll put it on. How about Shatsu? We'll just make a bigger unit.
Well, that might walk into us pretty good here because we have a Sake House Brawl for Shatsuo. And it compares personality to personality. So I bow 6 to take off much more than 6.
Okay, so I scoop again.
Okay. Yeah, and that puts him in a pretty tough spot. He's lost his big conqueror unit to take a province here, which we would have given up anyway. And then we're in a good space defensively. And I had a pretty good hand. I had another Sake House Brawl, a Thunder Resounds, and a Banish. So, plus another Void Whip. So I was going to get to see some number of good cards. So I think that one, the cards lined up for me just right at the end, where I was sort of like, one of the reasons those Mantis decks beat you is because they outproduce you in the Dynasty phase off Sheikah Sensei. But his gold sputtered, so he wasn't able to leverage that great. And they outproduce you through Fate card draw, some countings, and the Stronghold. And I was able to sort of draw just as many Fate cards, if not more, over the course of the game.
Yeah,
And I
I'm not
had the
sure the
initiative.
gold sputtered. So this particular build of the deck is pretty brutal. I mean, I have in followers alone 16, 28 plus 8. I have 36 gold of followers in play, which might be more than the total sum of all your
Yeah.
cards in play.
Nah, because I got a 10 gold cost champ there, but
Okay,
I'm with
well,
you.
put the 10 gold trust champ aside, and so this deck asks a lot from its gold scheme, and that's fine. And I get what the deck's doing. This is just a really interesting match for the deck because with your final ruins, you're going toe to toe with my stuff. Like a Legion of the Con, by paying 8 gold for a 3/4 sky is pretty terrible, but then you get this no bow range 3 attack. So the whole gimmick of the deck is that if you play enough of these little range 3 attacks, you can punish your opponents and they can't really respond in like an attrition-y fashion because these are 5/4 against range attacks. But hey, guess what? Final
Yeah.
Rune doesn't care about that. It just blows you up, and then you lose a bunch of gold. So I think the deck really wants to attack and defend with a guy like Shatsuo and a bunch of attachments, but it can't really do that here.
Yeah. And
Because
you didn't ever get to blow. Like, this would have been a great Shiho game. If you
I don't even know about that. You
get
had
Shiho flips
triple
where you're just
final
sort of like, hey, I got a
ruin, like one
Shiho.
on
Plus,
each. Like who would I
well, with
Shiho?
Shatsuo. That's true. I mean, and triple final ruin is obviously impressive, but I also did discard a Thunder Resounds. I got one now in my hand. It's like
No,
it's
no, triple
unlikely that you
final
draw
ruin's
all
not. I'm
three,
not.
but
I don't bring up triple final ruin to be salty. I bring it up to say like you
yeah,
success. You spread out all your stuff. You didn't build a Death Star. So like I could Shiho Koka's unit and I get one battle action. I could Shiho Jaryu's unit and get one battle action. It's not that impressive.
yeah,
I think that this is a really tough match. The Phoenix deck's really really good. And I think I don't know if many people are there. It's got like a little bit of disruption, a little bit of card draw, and it's built around this really powerful Final Ruin battle shell that I think is going to give a lot of deck fits. And certainly, I feel like this deck was one of them.
yep. So I mean, I certainly like it. And there's one of the things that makes Phoenix so strong is there's so many little edges you can saw in and add to. Like I'm not playing the Kung
Right.
because I don't want any ring but void, and I don't want anything distracting from my monomaniacal path to draw more cards, and I want aligned guys because I want to get my Chunryu out. But like, you can turn Edamoto into Kung An, and now you can add waters and earth, and that helps you really just blow out your match against Honor, because if you always have the Ring of Earth and always have the Ring of Void and always have the Ring of Air, you can really just start taking it to him, you know? So, I mean, it's a really interesting deck, and it can generate a lot of force, and it can attack, and it can play a little defense, and it can draw some cards, and there's a lot of moving parts. Phoenix can do a lot of stuff, so, you know, and spells are really pushed, which is a theme we've hit over and over and over again.
Absolutely. And on my
If
end,
there's if there's a problem for a deck, there's some kind of spell that helps you address it. Like, I'm not playing the air redirect ranged attack spell, but if I was, that's a really good sort of like, you know, stick it to Mantis meta.
I thought you have one copy in there somewhere.
I do, I think. I think
But
there's
yeah,
a
yeah,
tool.
like this deck's fine. I can see why it could be really powerful in the right metagame, and that's kind of what it feels like, a very metagame specific deck. Like if people are playing a lot of really wide, by a bunch of little guys mantis decks,
So
like
we
this deck feels
so
like it
a
just
lot of
preys on other mantis decks like crazy.
Yep. A lot of what worked for the deck, I feel, is pretty standard Mantis stuff. Sheikah Senseis and Lonely Dojos and ranged attacks. What did we think of the Trained Horsemen? What did you think of the Legion of, like, the bigger, burlier, tougher to mess with followers?
You know,
Did you
I like
remember to
them.
draw your Destined Legion of the con cards, by the way? I
I
don't.
did,
Did we
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about that?
Come on, man.
Yes, sir.
I
So,
um,
so
I like them in paper. I like that someone's trying to play them, but man, it's tough. It's tough playing all these cards,
yeah.
especially like we're playing Your True Nature, so I want to spend gold to play that, and we're playing like Wave the Madness as a 3 gold invest, and then you've got these 7 gold cost guys in addition to your these 7 and 6 gold cost
Yeah.
guys. He's not playing the Voitagi and the cheap 3, 4, 5 gold scheme.
Yeah, no
Um,
Slave Pits and House of Disgrace.
Especially in those early turns, like the turn 3 where I stopped for a minute or two and thought about do I attack. That's because I had to pay 16 gold to generate 6 force to get in there. And I think looking back, I should have done it,
Yeah.
but it does. I don't think like that's crazy, man. And force
Yeah,
efficiency matters. It's killer,
that's a really tough attack to make, right? Because you're just screaming like if I have a Lost in Transit, which is one of my absolute favorite cards ever, that I think a lot more people should be playing than they are. The Bow and Attachment is an open that also has a discipline.
You would
Like,
just
if
lose
you go
lose in
like
the spot.
spend
Yeah.
16 gold and I'm like, hey, Lost in Transit, save a province for the turn. It's just like it's brutal beatings, right? It's just like it just sucks all the air straight out of the balloon.
If you have anything really, like it doesn't even like just any card that
But there's
stops you
not a
taking
lot of
damage.
those cards, which I think is the sort of important part, right? There's not a lot of interact with follower attachment at a sort of decision point. And I think that makes it the smart metagame call that it is that he sort of said like people aren't playing like
Yeah, these blowout cards just aren't seeing that much play. And then there is upside to the high gold cost. Like if your Nature is getting played everywhere, then Legion of the Cons 3 force is going to be better than a 2 gold cost followers 3 force, just because it blanks this card for your opponent in the early turns if you have a production advantage. But overall, I mean, I think the deck's a little bit on the ambitious side. Looks like we lost Paul here, but we can just wrap it up. This has most certainly been enough talk. Like Paul thought so much so that he just dropped off of Skype. Anyway, for both of us, we'll catch you guys next time.